the one thing that I would say to my 20-year-old, because computers and social media were not a thing back then. So I feel that we've gone through a lot of transition, and I would just tell myself to be careful with it, because although it's amazing, it can bring, heartache or, hurt feelings. Sometimes it can just, take us down.
The Podcast's Empire, podcast mastery for women in business.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Podcast Empire. Today we have an unstoppable guest joining us, an author who has unlocked the secrets to leaving an incredible legacy through overcoming adversity. Get ready to embark on a transformative journey as we delve into the wisdom and resilience of our incredible guest, one of the Unstoppable 4 powerhouse authors behind the Unstoppable book series produced by Elsa Morgan. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be inspired as we explore the power of perseverance and the legacy we can all create. Let's begin this unstoppable conversation with Dawn Wood, because she's dedicated to empowering women to break free from limitations and become unstoppable. Welcome to the Podcast Empire, Dawn.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We always love unstoppable powerhouse women around the Podcast Empire. And I'm really intrigued because you are doing so many wonderful things in the online space. What inspired you to write a chapter in Unstoppable for the Powerhouse Edition?
Well, it's kind of funny and kind of odd, because you'd think it was inspiration, but quite frankly, that morning I woke up singing Unstoppable. I was humming it, and while I was doing dishes, I looked at my messages, and my business coach had sent me that Elsa was doing the Unstoppable, and I responded yes. I didn't even look at what was entailed. It took me a couple days, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I am just super excited to have this platform to be able to reach out to women just like me, who have dedicated their lives to their families. They might be grandmas now, and they just need to focus on their dreams. And so I'm really excited about that.
Absolutely. And especially as women, our life pivots and changes with every single turn as our family, as we welcome children into our family, and as they grow and they evolve, so do we.
Yes.
So I'm so glad that you're helping people around that space and other women. And oh boy, what the universe provides, waking up singing Unstoppable, and then here we are. What a great
I was like,
opportunity.
I'm like, it's a sign. So
It is indeed a sign. Now, you've achieved so much in your life. What has been the greatest achievement in your life that you're really most proud of, Dawn?
well, the thing I'm most proud of is it's my children, my three children. They're financially independent. They have awesome careers. So that's my first. That's the most powerful thing. But I'm forming my biggest legacy now, and that's my coaching business, and to help unstoppable grandmas to that have dedicated their lives to their families, like I said before, and have forgotten how to dream, and how to rediscover that passion in their lives. So I'm super excited about it, because I know that there are women out there just like me. So
Absolutely. So you're a grandma yourself?
I am, and actually I help my son take care of. He works nights, so part of my week is spent there with the grandkids overnight. So yeah.
And how
So
many
I've
grandchildren
really
do you
kind of
have?
I have three children. So, and my daughter, I always forget her rank, but she's in the Army, and she's running a vet clinic over in Italy right now for the next couple of years. My son is a state trooper, and my other son is a math teacher. So, and they're
That
all
is
excelling in their
wonderful.
business, or businesses, their careers, whatever. So,
And how proud as a mother to know that your children have grown up and they're leading their own lives, they're helping others, and they're being productive, giving back to the community, and just doing so well, not only in job titles, but in
Mhm.
life in general. And when we get to a certain age, when we become grandmas, I've got 9
Mhm.
grandchildren, so I can totally
Oh.
relate to your story, Dawn. If you were to go back and wave that magic wand and talk to that 20-year-old version of yourself, what advice would you give her?
I've really had to think a lot about this because, that was 35 years ago. And um um but the biggest thing I would say is, don't lose your confidence. In the last, what I've discovered recently is I just lost my confidence. Little things came along, and so I would tell myself, you know what, trust your gut and go with it. It's okay. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It's okay. You do your thing. Um, so that is really what I would tell myself because I've forgotten about it. Actually, my husband told me the other day I was wavering on something. Well, it was a few weeks ago. He's like, you know what I fell in love with? Your decisiveness. And that was the day I'm like, you know what? No more indecisiveness. I'm going to make a decision, and that's the way it is. It's okay. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. So,
Absolutely, some great words of advice because success loves speed. Success
yeah.
loves decision makers who can make a decision and then figure
Mhm.
it out and fail forward along the way. So, if
Yes.
it isn't for people like you, Dawn, making those decisions and moving forward and sharing their messages of impact that is going to leave a legacy for generations to come, that is going to help communities and change perceptions and give information to let women know that they're not alone. And confidence is a
Yeah,
huge thing. And
it
I
is.
really feel at different levels of being a woman, we have different types of confidence. How do you feel about that?
Um, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, and there are just so many, like you said, there's so many different confidences, and part of my coaching is um, zeroing in on, because it's really your personality that's going to have that confidence. And so I really feel that what I'm learning right now is going to help those women discover that confidence, because we each like you said, have different levels of confidence. It appears in different ways. Uh, there's women out there that have so much confidence in they're, raising their families or whatever else, and you can just see it. They run their daycares or whatever, and like, and then there's like my daughter who runs this vet clinic, and I couldn't see myself doing that, but I can see myself, empowering women to choose those paths and go with that confidence that they have in their passions.
How true indeed. And you must be so proud of your daughter empowering other people to become the best versions of themselves
Oh,
as well.
I am very proud of her.
I love that because you're all about empowerment, Dawn. And
Mhm.
what kind of inspiration can you share with women that will be listening to this episode who want to pursue their dreams and feel like they're not ready?
Um, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. I think that we become complacent sometimes, and like a family life. We don't have the extra money, so I shouldn't invest in myself. But it might be joining a group. It might be joining a community. Maybe it's a small business. I mean, quite honestly, um, I became a Mary Kay consultant, and that helped to start building my confidence. Um, but the biggest investment I made was just recently, and that was with my business coach. And some people are like, why invest in a business coach or a life coach? And it's an investment, and it helps you break through barriers. So these women that just don't know, I want to say, don't spend the money on yourself, or take the time for yourself, because it's the only way you're going to rediscover. Think back to that 20-year-old you. What did you want to do? And your goals might be a little bit different, but if you have been dedicating your life to a family like I have. My kids, I took care of my mom when she was sick. Now my grandkids, they're going to school, and I just want to, explode. And it was with the help of, a life coach, not life coach, I'm sorry, business coach, that I really started to break through those barriers and regain my confidence and realize I am good. And when you stand behind you and, believe in yourself, that's when the magic all starts to happen.
It certainly does. Some golden nuggets you just dropped there, Dawn, that's for sure. Because I can just imagine women listening to this episode. You're waiting to get your ducks in a row. You're waiting for it to be perfect. You're waiting for you to do
Mhm.
XYZ before you can do XYZ. And entrepreneurs build it in the air. Okay. We always feel like we're not ready. And when you
Yep.
feel like that, that is the time to move forward, right? That is the
Oh, most
time.
definitely. Yes. I can't say, and it was just April was like the soonest, because I always had thought I had to have those ducks in a row, like you said, and I just made that decision. And when I made that decision, that's when things started, to happen. And I don't know that I'm ready, but I'm going to be, and I'm just going to have my ups and my downs as I go, because there's never a perfect time, never.
Absolutely. And I like the way you said investment as well, because it's not an expense, it's an investment. We look at
Mhm.
all the top athletes, we look at all the people in power. They all have coaches and teams, and it's not weakness to raise your hand and go, "Hey, I need help with this." Even if it's just accountability. Right? An
Yep.
accountability partner to keep us true to our words, or maybe
Oh.
it's somebody like your business coach, Dawn, that can see the gaps and help us fill them to move forward. The
Mhm.
shortcut to success. They've already got the strategy, the framework, the blueprint. We invest, we do the work, we be open and coachable, and magic happens. And I'm so glad you're sharing that on this
Mhm.
episode with everyone today. Now, especially because you're so dedicated to empowering women to break free from those limitations and become unstoppable, whatever that version looks like for them. What are the words of advice that you would give the audience today?
Well, since my vision is helping grandmas, especially, or women over 50, because, I'm 55, I would say that age is just a number. It doesn't matter. Don't let that stop you. I mean, if you go and you Google, you will find many women that built their legacies after they were 50. So my words of advice is age is just a number. Go for it. Invest in yourself and live out that dream.
Absolutely. You're never too old to dream another dream. And in the words of Les Brown, the graveyard is the most expensive real estate on earth because that's where our dreams go to die. And we don't
Ugh,
want to be that person. Okay. We don't want to be
yeah.
that person. That is why
No.
you are so good at what you are doing, Dawn. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible episode. And I hope you found our conversation with this inspiring author of the Unstoppable book series as captivating as what I did. And if you're ready to embark on your own journey of resilience and have a lasting legacy, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more empowering content like Dawn shared today. And while you're at it, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave a review and share your thoughts with Dawn on today's episode. And to dive even deeper into the world of the Unstoppable book series, be sure to grab your very own copy and immerse yourself in the stories that will ignite your determination and push you beyond your limits. Connect with our extraordinary guest on the social media links down below and stay updated on all of her latest insights and projects. And remember, just like Dawn shared with us, it is never too late to start creating your own unstoppable legacy. Grab a copy of the Unstoppable 4 book in the show notes below. Thank you once again for joining us, Dawn, and we can't wait to have you back on our next insightful episode. Until then, we'll see you in the pod. Bye for now.
The Podcats Empire, podcast mastery for women in business.